Back to the Apocablog. Insurrection Edition. And yes, we know that we're out of uniform. All the Apoca shirts are in the laundry. But that just gives me the opportunity to advert my buddies. Anywho, in hot water, folks. You'll love it. Let's take a look at what's going on. Oh, and by the way, this one might run a little long. There's a couple things, a few minor issues that need to be covered. But going on in the headlines right now, President Trump comes out and says, "Go home in peace." Joe Biden decides to weigh in on democracy and at work and people redressing their government with end this god-awful display. So there's a little more foreshadowing of what's to come, folks. Just shut the fuck up and eat the dick. New York Times, pipe bomb found at RNC headquarters. Well, that's a good start. Graphic video, woman shot in the neck, thousands storm Capitol Hill. And by the way, we're not advocating this because this is not the way to do this. You're just gonna you're allowing them to label you as dangerous, violent, insurrectionists. And the way to do this is to just block it off and no violence, no storming, no, but whatever. So in response to thousands storming Capitol Hill, Northam sending Virginia National Guard to D.C. Pence gets evacuated. Well, he's a piece of shit. This attack on our Capitol will not be tolerated. Yeah, what about your attack on our fucking liberties and our right to vote? Police used tear gas in Capitol Rotunda. That should have been done way before this. Protesters break into U.S. Capitol building. Again, not the right move. Storm the Senate chamber. Not the right move. Capitol locked down. Craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And oddly enough, in 2005, Pelosi argued that objecting to the electors was democracy at work. So, once again, rules for thee and not for me. Then, of course, to further spread our individual rights and freedoms, D.C. mayor declares curfew as protesters go and assemble to redress their government, and they are, not allowed to because during the hours of the curfew, no person other than the persons designated by the mayor shall walk, bike, run, loiter, stand, or motor by car or other mode of transport upon any street, alley, park, or other public place within the district. What else looks like that? China. Then, of course, in the midst of all this, Rhino-in-Chief Mitt Romney is heard shouting at his Republican colleagues, "This is what you've gotten, guys." Mayhem unfolding in the Senate chamber. Apparently, because of Trump's false claims of stolen election. This is, and Romney, of course, this is what the president has caused today, this insurrection. Okay, now note who he blames here. He doesn't blame the Biden camp and the Democrats for creating this fiasco. He blames the Republicans that voiced an opposition to it. He didn't even blame the Republicans that are like himself that are assisting it, this fucking theft. He's blaming the ones that had the gall to question this. Now, back on November 7th, I believe it was, might have been the 8th, the Apoca staff diligently covered Chuck Schumer, the good old Schmuckles. Schmuckles getting up, and after they called the potted plant the president-elect, Schmuckles got up and said of the Georgia runoff, "Now we take Georgia and then we change the world. Now we take Georgia and then we change America." Now, he said this out loud into a microphone in front of cameras. We covered it extensively. And why are we bringing up the fact that we covered this back in November 7th? Because Georgia runoff, after Democrat Chuck Schumer responds to Georgia Senate races with 2 words: buckle up. Now, do you think that bodes well? do you think that there's good news following that? Do you think that civil liberties and individual rights and freedoms and peace and prosperity are going to follow that tweet? They're not. You're being taunted. We're being taunted. And they, by the way, they question why, people are a little miffed in DC right now. And the reason people are miffed is because, again, they're not even trying to hide it. They're literally putting their dick in your face and just rubbing it all over your cheek and saying there's nothing you can do about it. And it's by design. They're doing it. Look, when they gave Trump 306 electoral votes, or rather, when Biden won by 306 electoral votes, you think that wasn't an overt message? Do you think Joe Biden, do you think that the DNC picking Merrick Garland to be the next Attorney General, you think that's unintentional? You think that's, he's just the best qualified guy for the job? It's not. They're literally telling you, fuck you, we're going to do whatever the fuck we want, we're going to get our way, regardless of who has to die, who has to lose everything, as, we're living through in this pandemic bullshit. It's literally, they're just telling you, it's all out, and then they have the audacity to scold the freedom-loving American public who say, okay, I've had enough. Now, the odd thing about this is that, and by the way, this is not going to get better. It's just going to get worse. And the reason that I say that this is the wrong way to do this, that this storming of the Capitol and whatever, all you need to do is surround the fucking building. Very peacefully, just surround the building, maybe hand out cupcakes to, passersby, bring some Dunkin' Donuts coffee, whatevs. But this is not the way, because we have the power to tear these tyrants down, or at least put them in check. And that's evidenced by this story here, where nobody stormed anything, nobody fucking went batshit, nobody fucking broke anything, nobody had to get shot. Governor Cuomo backs out of Buffalo Bills game, gives tickets to a nurse. Governor Andrew fucking Fredo's older brother, Cuomo, will be skipping the Buffalo Bills playoff game this weekend after all, following an uproar and a 40,000 signature online petition over his planned attendance. Instead, Cuomo said Wednesday he's giving his ticket away. I'm going to give my Bills ticket to a nurse from Erie County Medical Center as a way of saying thank you and honoring all healthcare worker heroes, blah, 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 blah. He didn't identify the lucky fan, one of the 6,700 people who will be allowed into the fucking stadium. That's probably, 1/10 of capacity? I'll be here working on the state of the state, which will be a labor of love. Oh yeah, let's see what else we can fucking burn while this bullshit goes on. But why this is important and why what they're doing is wrong, it's the wrong way to approach this, because these 40,000 people just proved if enough of us say fuck you, they will get back in line. They're trainable. And again, we have the numbers in DC. Now we just need for people to behave like these people. Voice your fucking opposition. Do not act out your opposition. That's the last resort, not the first. So, but again, they're doing this intentionally to make us feel powerless, to make us feel like we can't get the fucking governor to not go to the football game when he doesn't allow anybody else to go. We have the power to do this the right way, people. And, and again, and they're challenging us to do it, but we have to fucking do it right, because the way this is what they want. They want to be able to shoot you in the fucking street.